Prince Caspian's been in theaters for about a week now, and now we're going to take a look at the Prince Caspian video game for PlayStation 3. I'm recording this video to include with my review at narniaweb.com. I bought a PlayStation 3 a few months ago because it has a Blu-ray player and some other cool features, but you know, the Blu-ray player was the main thing. But I saw the Prince Caspian video game and thought, oh, it might be kind of fun, you know, it's Narnia. And if you read my review at NarniaWeb, you know, it was pretty much what I expected it to be. You know, it's a decent game, I guess, but you're only going to enjoy it if you're both a Narnia fanatic, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this. You gotta be both a Narnia fanatic and you gotta be into video games. Now, if you're like me and you just enjoy the occasional video game, I still think it's worth renting if you're a Narnia fan. But so we're just gonna take a look at some of the cool things. And first off, it comes with a cool little book that just kind of explains how to play and stuff like that. And so we're going to be taking a look. I'm going to highlight some things from the Prince Caspian video game, PlayStation 3. Let's take a look. Okay, the game has 6 levels. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but the levels are pretty long and there's a lot of missions, a lot of things you can do. The first level is the attack on Cair Paravel, which happened in the Narnian year of 1998. It's a long time before Prince Caspian, the story of Prince Caspian starts. It's not seen in either the book or the movie, which is what interests me, but it's done with permission of the C.S. Lewis Company. So that's cool. Ruin de Cair Paravel with the Pevensies, Mira's Castle Infiltration. Then you've got Mira's Castle Assault, Aslan Tau, and finally the Battlefield of Baruna. First, let's take a look at the Cair Paravel attack, since that's something that's really unique to the game. My favorite part of the game, without a doubt, was being able to switch characters while playing. Here you've got a centaur. If I walk up to the Minotaur, I can change characters. Walk up to the Minotaur, a triangle. There's the Minotaur. Here's a fawn. And finally a dwarf. The dwarf also has a grappling hook, which I can't use at the moment, but if you're near something that you can climb up, he'll swing it around, then he'll be able to climb up. So I really love doing that, and each character kind of has a different fighting style, which is a lot of fun. I would say the centaur is probably the most fun character to play with, except for Reepicheep, I suppose. But as far as just the way, but I just love Reepicheep because he's Reepicheep. As far as actual, just having fun playing with him, Centaur is the best. Right here, later on in the game, you can be Glenstorm. This right now this is obviously years before Glenstorm was even born, so this is a female Centaur. And here I'm going to free the giant here. And what's so cool about Centaurs is it's a shame they don't have the bow and arrow or anything like that, so that's a big disadvantage. But they're able to run through crowds and just run over people. Like any other character would just have to stop. Here it just kind of runs right through them. So if you keep swinging your sword, it just knocks them out of the way. Centaurs are probably also the fastest characters on the game. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun to play with them. Just run, look what I'm doing, run straight through the crowd, and it's a lot of fun. If you need to get through a crowd like this, Centaur's ideal. I'm going to turn into a Minotaur now. Let's see if I can find a giant. There he is. If I walk up to the giant and hit triangle, I'll crawl up and now I can control the giant. And the giant is virtually defenseless, is kind of his weakness. He can't block or anything, but his attacks obviously are very powerful. He pounds the ground right here. If you get up close to a soldier, he'll pick it up and throw one out of the way. But his basic, he's got a big power attack here, which does a lot of damage. The giant is also essential for, destroying large structures and stuff like that. But at any point during the game, you just hit triangle and you can switch characters. Then you got the Minotaur. Minotaur's got big, powerful attacks. So the attack on Cair Paravel is fun. It's unique, obviously, totally unique to the game, and which I think is really cool. But also, at any point during the game, by the way, you can hit pause, and it will tell you exactly what you have to do. Like, I often get lost in video games, like, what am I supposed to do? So that was kind of helpful. But so that's the attack on Cair Paravel, and now let's take a look at some other parts of the game. And here's Reepicheep finally. I played the whole game thinking, oh man, they better have Reepicheep. And here he is. Here I'm Peter now. I'm going to walk up to Reepicheep. And Reepicheep, his main disadvantage is that he doesn't have the ability to block attacks. But who freaking cares? He's Reepicheep. Let's see here. Now, I'll pull out my sword. This is his basic attack right here. Just takes a quick swipe. If you hit X, he'll jump up and swipe. And if you walk slowly with Reepicheep, he'll walk on 2 legs. If you run, he'll walk on all 4s. Which I don't really like Reepicheep walking on all 4s, even in the movie, but you know. So Reepicheep's a lot of fun to play with. Now let's find a level, let's see. Now we're going to skip to a level where you can actually watch Reepicheep do some fighting, so let's do that. Okay, on this level I can choose between either Reepicheep or Trumpkin. Of course I'm going to choose Reepicheep. Let me go over here. There's a lot of lever pulling on this game. A lot of pushing buttons, blah blah, stuff like that. So I'm going to pull the lever. That's going to make the stairs come down. And now some soldiers should be around here. Show what Reep can do. Yes, I'm a mouse. So there's his basic attack. You have to smash their shields first before you can really attack them. Here's how Reepicheep, if you do hit the parry button, he kind of does a backflip right there. He just rolls over. So if I don't think I can win, I'll just go shoop, and he'll flip backwards. But he can't block attacks. He can just kind of jump out of the way like that, which does come in handy sometimes. Now there are parts of the game where you need specific characters to do specific things. It happens a lot. In this case I have to get that bridge to come over, so I'm going to become Trumpkin, hit X, and I'll swing the Elky around, and he'll throw his grappling hook, tap circle, and he'll start pulling, and he'll pull it over. Also, Reepicheep and Trumpkin are the only characters that can fit into small spaces, which you often need to do. And here's something only Reep can do. I'll tap X and he'll do these cute little flips. You get to the top of the gate and then he'll open it. Once again, you can only do that with Reepicheep. But I have had a blast being Reepicheep. And yeah, maybe it's just because he's Reepicheep. I don't know. But I think it's a lot of fun. I guess it's just being the little guy picking on the big guys. It's kind of fun. He does have some cool moves. I like being able to jump and hit people in the face. You have no imaginations! Just kill this guy. And that's health, by the way. So that's Reepicheep for you. In the very last level on the game, you get to be a tree, which sounds funny saying. This is something that certainly caught my attention when I was reading about the game, that you get to be a tree. I don't think there are many games where you get to be a tree. It was certainly interesting at first. I especially like how you'll see, just like as the book describes, the trees wade in the dirt rather than walk on it like in Lord of the Rings. Just as Lewis describes it in the movie. And so like whenever they walk around, it leaves a little mark, which is kind of cool. The trees only have 2 moves. This is the basic attack right here. They can knock over about 10 Telmarines at once. Then you've got a power attack here where it'll like twist up, then go bang, which is neat. Now, let me make my way through here. Trees are also really slow, of course. You can also switch between trees. So there's no apparent difference between the 2 trees, but for whatever reason, you have the ability to switch. Now, I'm going to walk over here. Skip that. I'm going to walk over here and destroy this thing. Even though there's only 2 moves, everything's really simple, there is something satisfying. I don't know why, about just being a tree and knocking over like 10 Telmarines at once. Here's a trebuchet that I'm going to take down. Keep tapping X here, and it'll take it down. Or he or she, I don't know what kind of male or female tree. But this is the very last level, which surprised me. I didn't think this was going to be the last level. I thought you'd be able to do the bridge or the river god thing or something, but kind of a interesting way to end the game.